Good morning, friends! Happy Friday! It's Lila here, and I'm inviting Elle Ingalls on, and we're going to do a little movement. We're going to talk about the body mind. Do you know what the body mind is? Let's see if you do. Let's see, Elle Ingalls. Invite her on. Happy Friday, friends. What you doing today? Are you working in your body? You working in your mind? What are you doing? Hey, Elle! I'm turn this heater off. Get a little warm. We're going to try movement today in this my new office setup. Same room, but I'm switching things around a little bit, leveling up. I'm growing and need more, a little more space for organization. There she is. Approve, approve, approve. Called Deepak show for the other night, and Elle and I. So good to see you, hearts, baby. Hey, hello in Australia, friend. Okay, you're not in Australia. You're in Michigan, but
Yeah, I'm in Michigan. Maybe someday we'll be in Australia together.
oh. Australia's, it's like yearning for us right now. Actually, right as I said that, so I'm looking down. I have these Aboriginal goddess chakra cards that I found the other day. Like, I'm just so in love with them. I like slept with, I do this, like books and weird stuff in my bed. I'll just end up sleeping with it. Like, not accident, not like on purpose, but it just kind of ends up, I'm messing with it in bed, lay it down, and I wake up the next day and it's right there. And this morning I woke up with a dog bone. The first thing I found, I was like, what's that on my side? Dog bone.
Speedy.
Speedy, my chihuahua. I'm so happy to see you, babe.
You too. You too.
Yeah.
I got it in my hand too. The Daily Stoic.
The Daily Stoic.
Cool. My son always gives us a ton of books at Christmas, and this was one of them. And yeah, I never really read it, and just a day, you get a day. But what's really funny, it's February 23rd, right? For some reason, I read April 23rd, and it's exactly the topic that we're going to talk about, mind body.
Wow.
I just messed up. I jumped to April.
So what I would love to do, I want you to read that. I'm going to pull a card, actually. So these are actually, I picked these up. I was really drawn to them, and they're actually Australian Aboriginal. The art and the writing are from an Australian Aboriginal, two different women, the art and what was written on them. So I'm just going to pull one.
Okay.
But I'm going to kind of shuffle them and see what kind of comes out. Will you read what you read?
Yeah. So you and I have been talking about body, mind, how can we separate what is, what's going on. And you went to see Deepak Chopra, and you're going to tell us about that. And so I just happened to open this, and this is Marcus Aurelius, his meditations 12.3. You have been formed of three parts, body, breath, and mind. Of these, the first two are yours insofar as they are only in your care. The third alone is truly yours. So our breath and our body are in our care. We have to take care of them. Our mind is truly ours, and we are completely able to do what we want with it. So the body can be affected by things, disease, injury, a sudden accident. It can be imprisoned or subject to torture. The breath can suddenly cease because our time has come, or because someone has taken it from us. It can be labored, but how we think about what is happening to us is ours. Pretty cool.
Woo, girl, that is some deep, deep, deep. So you'll hear what happens. It's funny, I like when the cards fall out. I don't like to pick them. I'm always asking, okay, so what card should we have today to talk about the body mind? What card feels, oh, there we go. And Aphrodite. Oh, she's a hot tamale. Let's see what Aphrodite, right? Okay, Aphrodite. So here's the back of the cards. I'll show you. Beautiful. All the cards on the back look like this. She's got, this Australian. It feels kind of Australian. Hey, Tim, what's up, buddy? Yeah. And then Aphrodite. Yeah, we're talking about the mind body. So this is the card I just pulled. Aphrodite. Look how beautiful she's in that, like, clamshell.
Kind of Venus looking, yes. Aphrodite, Venus, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll look Aphrodite. So that's the green. The green. These are goddess chakra cards. So you can see it's green, which would be the heart chakra. Which how beautiful is that? We're talking about the body and the mind, and I really think the heart, when it comes through the heart, the kind of the in between spot.
what meets, the body and the mind are met in the heart. So let's see what Aphrodite has to say. She's on page 35, which I love because 35 is in, you add them together, and that's a number 8, infinity. Okay, Aphrodite is the beautiful Greek goddess of love. She represents love at all different levels. The most important aspect of love she represents is that of self-love. Love that is often misunderstood as selfishness or ego. Yet it is very different. Self-love is at the very core of our being and determines our personal value of self-worth. I mean, that's literally what I do here on the planet, is I help people lift their self-worth, right? Yeah,
Absolutely.
we help people lift their self-worth. So we're really here, like, whether it be, through your relationships or through your business, through your bank account, through your body, lifting your self-worth is so key here, as you can see from what we're reading, to self-love, right?
It's beautiful. Wow. And at
Yeah.
10 a.m. this morning Eastern, my physiological layer, reproduction, is the thing I'm talking about. So, not love, that's a higher level need, but reproduction is a basic physiological need. So that's kind of interesting that Aphrodite was.
Get it, girl. All right, I'm going to keep going. She got a little bit more.
Okay.
Aphrodite, she was born as a fully grown woman. She emerged from a shell in the sea on the island of Cyprus. The goddess of love has the ability to enchant men and women wherever she would go. Her very presence incited feelings of love and lust, and history often depicts her as a prostitute or wanton woman. This she is not. Look at me, I got my hand on my hip all of a sudden. I could feel the attitude coming out. I was like, right? Aphrodite had many lovers. However, she refused to be bound by limiting her love and sharing her love with others. She encouraged women to have many partners and to enjoy the pleasures of love and sex. Aphrodite's self-love and belief in her self-worth enabled her to live a life without denying herself the pleasure that love brought to her. Okay, so here's the lesson, right? And this is, whether it doesn't have to be sexual, right? It can just be friendships. Like, you can be friends with all sorts of different kinds of people. You and I are very much in that mindset. Like, we have all sorts of different kinds of friends and all sorts of places. It's like we see people differently. We see people, as we see the commonalities, I feel like, in people that we have with people easier than maybe some people.
Yeah, yeah. And also that love isn't a pie, it's infinite.
Yeah, and I was going to say that I think it has a lot to do with the self-love too. It's like, if you don't love yourself enough, you're a little bit scared if you're around somebody, they may harm you. They may influence you or embarrass you or something. But if you love yourself enough, right, you don't feel that pressure.
And how also she tied it into values, like the idea of values, that you're valuing yourself, but you also then are very clear about your personal values. That's a real strong part of developing that self-esteem and that self-love, is that you really you're clear about your values. You get what you represent in the world.
That's huge. I love that. It's so good. That's such a good point. It's like, not only value yourself, but stand strong in your values, right? And know what they are. Hey, Ray!
Hi,
Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, there's a little bit more, because I love this part. It says, often we judge ourselves as being selfish or not giving enough to others. Stop it. I beg you to throw away the cross which we take for granted we should bear. Without self-love, there is no self. When there is no self, there is just an empty shell left feeling alone and unfulfilled. Lonely and unfulfillment's an issue right now with people. So ask yourself, who are you? What do you want? What do you need? Just like you're saying. You're feeling quite lost right now, and no matter how hard it is to find your direction, it continues to elude you. So you ever feel like you're like, I just want direction, and I can't find it? We spend our lives making sure we meet these needs for our children and loved ones. Women especially, we know this. Who's meeting your needs? I'm going to ask that again. Who is meeting your needs? Even if you have someone that loves and cares for you, you still have to be responsible for yourself. What we need most in life is what we seek from others. From what you're looking for within yourself. So if you want more love from others, love yourself more, right? We all know that, but that's what we're just repeating it. It may take some work to get it, but it's worth the journey. So close your eyes and meditate, and the directions will come. Loving yourself is the most sacred gift you could ever give to anybody else.
It's true.
That's so good, girl. I love it. We're going to love on your body and mind today. Woo! Anything you want to add around self-love? I mean, you've had a lot of experience around people not loving themselves and then finding it.
Yeah, I think one of the things too is that if you don't do that work and then you look for it in a relationship, that person's always going to fall short of what you're looking for. I see that so much, especially when I work with couples. You know, you need to really, what is it that you're bringing? And also you need to be open to receiving. And if you really deeply have your values in place and your self-worth in place, then you can receive very easily. But when there's confusion there, it's hard to receive. So the other person gives, you don't receive it in, and now there's all these obstacles. Not fun.
I love it. It's a really good point because, you know, we want to love ourselves, we want to love others, but really that's another space. It's like receiving love from others. Even the simple stuff is somebody wants to hold the door for you as you walk through at the grocery store, the bank or something, and you might say like, no, I've got it. I can do it. Allow yourself to receive that love because it feels good for that person to give it to you, right?
Yeah. Okay, anybody who shops at Aldi, which is really doing it these days with organic and everything. So you put your quarter in to get your cart. Mm-hmm. So I always leave my cart with the quarter already in so anybody can take it. But I have to take it a step further because sometimes people want to give me their quarter. And I would say, no, it's okay. But I should actually receive the quarter and say, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I know exactly. I love this example because I've been through this exact, because I don't have Aldi out here in Colorado, but I did in Ohio. I have been in this back in probably 2008, 7, 5, somewhere around there. And I remember catching that for myself of being like, you know, I want to, oh yeah, I love giving people, but then they want to, and I'm like, no, it's okay, I'm good. And I remember my the gentleman who ended up being my husband telling me, he goes, you know, the best response to a compliment or a gift or somebody offering is just thank you.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, mind blown.
Yeah, we deflect our compliments. It's a deep part of my course is how much we will deflect compliments, you know, deny, push away, and it's terrible energy. Someone just gave you gorgeous energy. Take it in. And a minister shared this with me once on a project I was doing. I was like, so too much. And he goes, if it's too much, just take it in, say thank you, and then send it right up.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So let's talk about the body mind, right? Because we're talking about the mind right now. The mind saying you're not worthy of that quarter or that hug or that pair of shoes or that relationship or that job or that client, whatever it is, right? There's the mind, this like kind of subconscious mind that's saying you know, it's holding you back from whatever, right? People get held back, not you, Elle, but I mean, you know, just anybody, right? Any of us. So
also, it might not be that you don't feel worthy, but also you're one-upping. Like, oh, they need the quarter more than me, or
well, even that's a little bit of yeah, and that's I would say it's a subtle piece of self-worth because it's like if they're not up, then they're not bad. So you know what I mean? It's still a little subtle sense of it plays out differently, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like no, because when we really feel worthy, we realize everybody else is too.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like simple. It's like, oh, there's enough for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So that's these mind and what happens is our body, right? Therefore doesn't procrastinates or doesn't do stuff, or it takes these shapes that are weird and we don't even know. Like how many people walk around like, I'm trying to look in my camera like,
Right.
I was at the coffee shop yesterday, or a couple days ago, and I was looking around. Nobody had a smile. Everybody was on their computers or their phones. Nobody had a smile on their face or any sort of positive look. It was very like intense. So imagine how many hours a day people are spending it. And I'm saying for myself too, how many hours a day am I spending on my computer in this face of, right?
Right. Yeah.
Or cockeyed a little bit. I'm telling you, I got my bangs usually on this side. Here, go back to the bang, talking about the bangs. The bangs are like, you know, I don't know what it's about the video, but so I'm taking the video of the bangs on this side because I'm actually working on the right side of my face. I've shown you guys on video before, but I'm working on the right side of my face, softening, and the left side just integrating so that they're working together, not one's working. Like you can see, this side wants to work, and this side's like, But why is that?
Yeah.
I'm tight, I'm hiding, my mind is intense over here. And so the body, what Deepak Chopra says, and just like you were, you know, reading about the body, the breath, and the mind, it's all one. There's no such thing as your body. There's no such thing as your mind. You cannot have a mind without a body. You cannot have a body without a mind. There's no place that you can say, oh, there's the mind. It's in all of it. It reflects. It's like if the mind is intense, the toes will lift, right? Scared, so it's just part of it's just all one. So we're moving into this paradigm of really understanding that it's not separate, and science is showing that too, which is so cool.
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
And the pressure-free method really is a lot about,
It's totally that, you know.
sharpening the mind so that the body is lives longer and health,
Well,
and with vitality.
and I think what a lot of people, when they work with me, they're like, they understand that their biology is actually controlling their emotions, not the emotion. It's their biology. It's what they did when they triggered fight or flight. That's what's making them feel a certain way. It's not this trigger. It's not this emotion. It's actually their biology. And that is freeing, because if you can control the biology, everything changes. It's so cool.
Well, and even if you can't control it, once you know, you can simply be aware.
Right. That's right.
And it's not, and you realize it's like feeling bad. You know, Deepak Chopra says it's like the human suffering is a lot about just denying the reality. Just
Right.
denying
Exactly.
reality. And feeling, say, for example, this morning, for some reason, I felt a little bit like, I tend to get, when I'm growing and doing stuff, I get nausea. Nausea is like a tendency when I'm like growing and stuff. And this morning I was like, oh, I felt a little bit nauseous. Or last night, I think it was last night in the bathtub. Last night I was like, oh, I think I ate too much hummus or something. I don't know. But instead of thinking like, oh, I don't like the way this feels, it's like, I feel nauseous. That's interesting. Like there's no good or bad. It's like, oh, there's something going on. I'm not going to psychoanalyze it because I don't really want to. I'm tired. I'm just going to notice, oh, there's nausea. And I think even after noticing it, pretty much went away.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because I got in my body. Yeah. So what if we were to get in our body and mind? So the movement practice that I teach you is on these videos, and everybody's been seeing. If I got a bunch of new Facebook friends, so if you're a new Facebook friend, we're going to do some movement super cool called the Bowspring. And it's a mind-body connection, body-mind connection, really to work, the idea is to work your whole body all at once, to be super duper present. And when you're super duper present, you can release the things, the thoughts, the energy, the posture that doesn't serve you, and get your body and mind into a more of expansive, uplifting, really mindful place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's stand up. I'm going to try it in this new space. Hey, Mustafa, good morning. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm trying out this new space, which will be fun. Go ahead and stand so that I want to see your side today. Yeah, there we go. And let your collarbones shine so they're smiling. Elbows in front of your ribs. Go ahead and take Hercules clasp so that you're interlacing your hands. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to do this camera down. So she's taking her hands like this. Thumbs in particular stay down onto your index finger knuckle on both sides. Squeeze the base of your palm so that you have more of a hollow space here, so you have a tunnel, carpal tunnel. And then bend your knees just a tad so that the backs of your knees are hollow. Let your femur bones go back and your belly come in just a little. Good. Lift your head up and your elbows forward. So what she's doing is we're just opening up really slowly, opening up the ribs. Keep really still, other than right around your bust line, go side to side. Really subtle movements right around your bust line. So not your arms, just the ribs side to side. Side to side. Yeah, good. Subtle. Open your mouth and exhale. So she's having to take her mind to her body and then integrate her breath. Now pause, bend your knees more, hover your heels. Lift your head up. Now lengthen your belly from your pubis to your heart. Woo, elbows forward, sits bones back. Fill up your back ribs. Good, let your back ribs now go side to side. So super subtle work. Low ribs lift and go side to side. And then face forward, ecstasy arms. Bring your elbows narrow. Bring the palms of your hands away from your head so your fingertips are simply touching your head now. Yeah, so there's this sense of, you'll notice on the video even later, if you go like this and there's almost like a tightening here.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure that stays open by bringing your elbows down a little instead of back. That makes sense?
Okay.
Which means your hands will be a little bit more on the sides of your head. That should help. So instead of the back, will be the sides, right above your ears.
Okay.
Does that feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, squeeze the base of your palms to enliven your arms. Lift your chin, open your throat. Good. Bend your knees. So we got you nice and open up in the heart. Then we bend your knees, lift your heels to engage your glutes. Squeeze the base of your palms again to widen your shoulders. Good. Look forward. Smile your collarbones. And then little pulses up and down. Keeping your heels just barely hovering now. So they could even, you could almost even, like a feather distance away from the earth. Pulling your heels back now. Engage your belly just a little to lift up. And then pause. Keep your toes down, heels down now, and lean to the right. Good. Take your chin to the right. Little pulses. Up and down. Keep your belly long. Keep your back engaged. So what we're doing is I'm really staying with Elle here. Everybody who's watching. Hey, Angie. Oh, I love you, boo-boo. One of my best friends from back home is watching. So I'm just really staying with Elle right now to watch what's going on. We're moving pretty slow, you'll see. And I'm just helping her keep the form and noticing the little subtleties where she may be able to get more out of her pose. Bend your knees, toes down, hover heels, just barely. Engage your belly, engage your back heart. Lean a little bit more. Good, heels down. Big knee bend. Can't even see me, I'm out of the video, woohoo! All the way up and release.
Woo.
Yeah, breathe.
This is great. Thank you so much for being so attentive to what I'm doing. I love it.
Yeah. It's the subtleties. It's the little things that we can notice, and what it's really a reflection in life, right? It's like we can move through life, but if we were to pause and stop, sometimes we'll see an opportunity right in front of us that we didn't even know. So even this slowing down can support, oh, I'm doing the bangs thing, going this way. I'm so used to, I'm patterned to just for whatever reason, if there's anything on my forehead, like this little fuzzy hair right here, anybody have fuzzy hairs like that? You guys have fuzzy hairs? I'm patterned, just it's a pattern, so body, mind, pattern. I love this. I'm patterned to just go like this and brush them to the side. Well, I'm training my bangs as of today to go the other way. So now I got to get going this way.
So here's an insight as a violin teacher with my students. If they play a passage with a wrong note just once, that muscle memory is so ingrained instantly that it can take a great deal of our work together to fix the fingering. So it takes once. It's so amazing because they're so concentrated on the music, and if they make one, like an F natural instead of an F sharp, we have to go back and retrain that muscle, and it will take a while sometimes. It's so amazing. Just once.
Yeah, I love this because we're talking about the body-mind system, and what it is like we have free choice. We have the mind. We have the ability. Hey, Katrina, what's up? Good morning, babe. We have the ability to do what we want, and we have free will, But most of the time, people are not choosing the way they move. And they don't realize their body is they're thinking about something. Their body, therefore, is doing something. And they wonder why they are hurting, 20 years later. Right? It's like, this is what we're talking about. The mind and the body are not separate. We're not our body. We're not our mind. The mind cannot go. There's no such thing as a mind without a body. And I have never met a human body that does not have a mind.
Yeah.
And there's no place where we can say that's the mind or that's even the body, because that body, like your body right now, is not the same body as it will be tomorrow.
No.
Because you get 500 million new cells. So it's like there's really no even such thing as the body mind. It's just a process. It's just an experience that we get to have from a soul, from a breath. Our breath really gets to experience the process of the body changing every day. This is all Deepak Chopra. I took like a dozen pages of notes. I'm just like, woo, woo, mind blown, girl. Okay, I want to get your other side. I want to hear what you have to say. I have a call at the top of the hour, so I really want to honor the body, so we can start to work on. I'm actually taking a month off of my bowspring. We're from doing bowspring at the studio next month because I feel too patterned. So I need to be with my body more and not taught as much. I need to really be inside me so that I can be the best of me, but also the best teacher.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say that you taught me how, go back about 3 weeks ago, and you taught me how to drive bowstring. And last night as we got in the car to go to the Addy Awards, there I was. It's patterned now. I mean, I can do it. It's just natural to drive that way.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little insight too, friends. So I get into my car, because the idea is that we tend to lead with the top of our legs instead of the back of our legs. So you can even start to move backwards, like from your base of your glutes, And I get into my car, like I always pull the seat back when I get, and then I put my foot in, and then I put my butt in the car and then get in. I don't do this way and C curve in. You can and then fix it, but I just go ahead and whoop, lead from the booty and get ready.
I love it.
Okay, let's do the other side. I want to really get your body feeling good. So, yeah, good. Go ahead and interlace Hercules clasp the opposite way. Squeeze the base of your palms. Hollow your elbows. Make that feel hollow. And then make your armpits feel hollow wide. Inhale your breath so that your body gets wide. Let your belly even breathe.
I always breathe from my belly now.
Good. Toes down, knees bent, back of your knees. Hollow, hover your heels. Really nice and easy, like you're like the Fawns. Smooth operator. Ecstasy arms. One more time. That wasn't smooth enough. It was like this. What's the
Okay.
look? This versus smooth.
Okay.
It's different. You can feel more.
Okay.
Okay. Bring your fingers forward just a bit. So the pattern is they're going back because it's comfortable. Look, because you'll even see on the video, you go like this and you go, ah. It's vacation arms. We're in the. So let them go on the sides of your head, just above your ears.
Okay.
Squeeze the base of your palms, elbows forward, rib cage back. Toes down, knees forward, hips back. So anybody out there who's trying this with us, we're doing basically a push-pull. Forward, front of the body's going forward, back of the body's going back, and it engages the whole thing, so you get this like tensegrity. It's like little pulses up and down. Shine your collarbones like a smile. Let your throat open so people can see how beautiful your heart is. Nail your elbows, widen your ribs. Breathe. Fill up the back of your heart, right? Especially at the low waist. Pause, heels down, lean to the left. Little pulses up and down. Keep your right side long and your left side long. Head up, right ear up. Bend down real low, cover your heels. Squeeze your glutes back, lift your belly up. Head up. Breathe. Chin to the left. Just a little, yeah. Hips back, elbows forward. From your pubis to your heart, lift up, glutes back. Bend down deep, deep, deep. Yeah, you saw her jaw open. She's releasing. And then lift up. Double high fives. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Jane. Good morning, friend. So good to see you. I got to get off here in just a couple minutes, but I want to ask you how you feel.
I feel so, how do I feel? Whenever I do the bowstring every morning for about 20 minutes, and I always feel ready. I mean, it's the bowspring. It's like, in fact, yesterday I was in a balancing pose and I literally just sprung forward. Like, I mean, it's such a wonderful practice to have you ready for the day. And again, you're using the bowstring all day long in the things you do, like even doing dishes now. I fire my glutes.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'll tell you, this is what I want to take you towards at some point. I'm going to show everybody because I love this stuff. I love going upside down. So I've been testing this. I got this whole new sit-up. Can you see me okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to go upside down for everybody before we get off here. Okay, I'm going to show you how, too, in case you want to play with it. So this will be super cool. I just got this. So you think about your bum going, can you see me?
Yep.
Your bum goes close to the wall, hips go up, and you touch down, not too far out. Keep your hips on the wall.
Okay.
Touch your foot low, touch your foot low, hips to the wall, hips to the wall, hips to the wall. Other foot up. Hips to the wall. My hip is on my heel. See? And it's all about the hips and the ribs staying up. Not the hands pushing you up. The hips and the ribs going up.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave you there because I got to go. Because that's how I prepare for the day. Like you said, you feel ready when you get your sides up and all that. And pretty soon you're going to feel ready when you're like, you're going to be like, what? I'm going to go upside down.
And you know that's a challenge for me. I'm giving you some hearts on that, baby.
Woohoo! Yeah, I know. Anybody else want to go upside down? Anybody else have a challenge? You're like, when I moved to Colorado a few years ago, actually, I'm 35. Like, I don't need to do handstands. Like, I was like, I'm good.
I don't need to do handstands.
I don't need to do handstands. And now going upside down is like one of my favorite things to do. So I was scared. I was super, super scared. But now I love it. So I love you.
Love you
I'll
too.
see you
Have a fabulous day.
Yeah, put your pressure-free link below, and everybody else out there who wants to get supported on your body mind, or you're like, what the heck are you talking about, the body mind? I thought they were separate. Let's have a little conversation. I love you guys. I'll see you guys this weekend. Happy FriYAY.
Happy Friday.
Namaste, my friend.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.